Yoruba. Okay. So right now I have Anthony Green on the spotlight. But Dr. Anthony Green, he is the chair of the Department of Education. Dr. Yvette Richardson is the president pro tem of the state of Alabama's Board of Education. And then I see there's a host of other faculty that are here as well. So Dr. Green, you ready for me to turn it over to you?
We're ready.
Okay, great. And so I'm trying to turn this host over to Yoruba before I go, but I will come back. Okay, you're the host now, Yoruba. And I'm still sitting here. If you need anything, Yoruba, just text me. I just need to go into the other call. But ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Anthony Green.
Good morning, scholars. This is Dr. Anthony Green from the Division of Education, the #1 division on the campus of Miles College. We are delighted to be with you and have this opportunity to visit and talk with you. We're looking for some great teachers now, and we want to plug that in because we have so many school systems requesting teachers. So if you're interested in any of the 13 areas that we offer, from elementary, early childhood, secondary education, music, please let us know. We want you. We'll be delighted to have you. This morning, we have the opportunity to talk to several of our colleagues who will be talking with you concerning the tassel is worth the hassle. Our facilitator for this program would be Dr. Yvette Richardson, who also served as the Dean of General Education. At this time, we're going to turn it over to Dr. Richardson. Dr. Richardson, you have the floor.
Yes, Dr. Green, we're in the process. Ms. Marshall, I think you have a copy of the PowerPoint, or do you want to turn the host ability over to Ms. Camp so that she can put the PowerPoint up? However you want to do it.
I'm gonna give her the host for a moment, just to make sure though that we continue to admit the students into the class.
Okay.
Actually, it looks like she may have to send it to me. I don't know if I can relinquish.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I think she's already sent it to you. Check.
I did send it to you a few minutes ago, Mrs. Marshall.
Okay.
Okay, this morning, the Division of Education will share with you information on the tassel is worth the hassle. Mrs. Veronica Salary is going to give an overview. You also will hear from Dr. Ina Mae Scher, Dr. Harold, and myself. So Mrs. Salary, take it away.
Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited to see you and to hear you and to be a part of you. You know what? It feels like it was just yesterday that I was sitting where you're sitting in Brown Hall, listening to the exact same topics. Everything that goes around comes around. You're in for a treat this morning. I am so happy to be a part of this presentation this morning. The tassel is worth the hassle. Now, what is a tassel? If you can see the screen and you can see the yellow cards hanging from the cap, that's what we call a tassel. And it hangs from a mortar board. And this mortar board signifies that you have accomplished something. It's a sense of pride dignity, and accomplishment. And today we are talking about how do you get that tassel? The tassel is worth the hassle. Then what is a hassle? The hassle is the things you have to endure in order to earn the right for that tassel. So come aboard. You're going to learn a lot this morning. The tassel is worth the hassle. Back to you, Dr. Richardson.
Thank you, Mrs. Salary. Ms. Marshall, the first thing, young people, we want you to see on the next slide is the importance of advising. Why do you need an academic advisor? First of all, coming on the campus as freshmen, you need to have someone to guide you. So right now, you have been assigned academic advisors through the Counseling, Advising, and Testing Center who are working with you. But it's important because they're able to keep you on track. They're able to assist you with add and dropping of classes. They're able to basically guide you along to help you determine what your major is going to be. Now, I know in the Division of Education, we have had young people who often have decided that they were going to go on and make their own schedules. And oftentimes when they do, they end up, by the time they get to the end, there might have been a class that they have missed. So it's important to remain with the advisors in the Counseling, Advising, and Testing Center. And then once you declare your major, they will either put you with the Division of Education, Business, and all of the other areas that we have. And the importance of the advisor is for you to remember that they will help you stay on track. Now, one thing I did not say throughout our presentation, we are going to ask questions. So you need to listen and pay attention because there will be gift cards that we will be giving out. And the way we will track it is your response will go into the chat room. And we know that if you're on your phone, we'll be able to track the response in reference to your phone number. And if you're on your computer, we'll have your name. So please keep in mind, listen as we go through the presentation, the information that we have. Advising is important because the advisors help you with your schedule. They keep you on track. And ultimately, they're going to help you be really successful as you begin your journey towards getting that tassel that Mrs. Salary talked about. Now, in line with that, in order to keep you on track, you're going to need to know about the school calendar. And Mrs. Anna Mae Share is going to share with you the importance of being organized in reference to the Miles College calendar. Dr. Share. Dr. Share.
There you go with my great technology skills. Once again, good morning to all of you. It is our pleasure to be talking to the freshmen because we want you to succeed and graduate in 4 years and move on to all the good things Ms. Salary was talking about. But how do you get there? You have to have a calendar. And the calendar for Miles College, it must be joined with the calendars that you have for all your assignments, for all your different professors. So I'm going to start off with pre-registration. Miles College is super efficient about letting students know when pre-registration is taking place. This is a good way for you to get started so you know how to plan your schedule for your family, for your work, or whatever you have to do for the upcoming semester, whether it be the fall, spring, or summer semester. Okay, those of you who live on campus, it is important for you to know when the residence halls open. You can't be there a day before or 2 days before because you'll be camping out. So you need to know the opening of the residence halls. Orientation. I remember when I was going to college, when your great-grandmother was probably born at that time, but orientation is so important. That's where you learn all the little tricks of what's going to take place on the campus. And it's so important for you to hear about orientation from the gurus, the people who know it all, and not from street talk, because the proper events and that will take place all year come from your orientation, and you need to know all of these things. Registration. Dr. Richardson already did a good job about telling you how important it is to register and register with your advisor. I personally have had students who have shown up to me. I haven't seen them for 4 years, and they want me to sign a blue form, and Street Talk has had them in the wrong courses. So you don't want that to happen to you. You want to graduate in 4 years and be on track. Another important thing is if you're a freshman, Miles College has awesome Vesper services at the beginning of the year that highly motivate all of us to start our year successfully. Then, I don't know how some people miss this, but if you registered, if you pre-registered and you registered and you're on campus, I feel confident that everybody knows when the first day of classes begin. I mean, if you signed up and you've paid your tuition, then you know when classes start. And just like it's important for professors on the first day to set the tone for their classroom, and when your elementary, middle, and high school students did that, you are setting the tone for you. You are representing yourself when you know to show up for the first day of class to learn what's going to go on for the whole semester. The first day of class is so important, and you can be off track for the whole semester if you don't particularly come on the first day. Another important thing at Miles College and at all colleges is you need to know when the last day is that you can add a class. Just let's say your schedule isn't going exactly as you thought it would with your classes, with your home schedule, with your work schedule. You need to know when the last day is to add a class, because you cannot do it after the date. There are dates and there are rules and regulations, and I'm being strict about this, but there are certain things Miles College cannot bend on, and they have reasons for last days to add a course, last days to drop a class, last days that you can withdraw from college, which we hope none of you will do, okay? The next thing is midterm examination week. Miles College sets the dates for midterm examination week. It's not the week before, it's not the week after, and it's not the day of the week that you decide. The schedule is set, so please look, it's already set on your calendar for this year. Look at it so you can plan accordingly. School holidays. We wish all our days were holidays, but they're not. But we have some great ones. We have Labor Day, Thanksgiving break, the December break, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, spring break, and then there are other, sometimes, shall I say, lesser holidays that are listed on the calendar that you need to know about. This goes with the tassel is worth the hassle. Graduating seniors have finally made it for the mortarboard with the tassel that you start on the one side and then you flip to the other at graduation. However, I have personally talked with Dr. Wood about blue forms. There are dates on the calendar that say when you can submit a blue form, no matter what division you are in. You have to take the responsibility to get the blue form and get it to Dr. Woods by the date that she says they have to be in. Because I learned this semester myself after being here for 7 years. Once you submit your blue form, she gives you a packet with other important information. And that packet has deadline dates on it. And the reason is because graduation materials have to be printed, programs have to be printed, you have to get your cap and your gown and all the good things that go with graduating. So please make sure if you are, when you get to the point of a graduating senior or somebody in your dorm is graduating, make sure that they know all this important information. The other thing is senior exit exams. All divisions, and I believe if it's not a certified program, the students must take the senior exit exam. And Miles College is extremely generous. They give the students almost 3 times to take the exit exam. and they coach you and they help you to make sure if you're having an issue, you will pass your senior exit exam. Homecoming week will be coming up. I already talked to you about knowing about the last day to drop a course. Because if you go in the next day begging and begging, there's a reason that there is a last day to drop a course. So make sure you follow it. The last day to withdraw from college, which we know nobody's going to do that. Now, this is important. If you should receive an I grade, it is your responsibility to get with the professor to see what you need to make up for that grade. The professor is not going to follow you around. You have to go to them, you have to get the paperwork, and you have to submit the paperwork. And there is a last day for the I to be removed. So if you have missed salary for a professor and the date to remove the I is, let's just say November 18th, that doesn't mean the paperwork goes in on November 18th. That means the paperwork has to be in so that the I can be removed. And that's very, very important. And the next thing, of course, is final examination week. And when you finally have the tassel is worth the hassle and it's your final exam week is when you were a senior, you will see how much your work has been worth it because you're finally there to have the baccalaureate service and the commencement service. And then your tassel is tossed to the other side and you have been an awesome four-year student at Miles College and will graduate on time. And we look forward to seeing you in the Division of Education because, as Dr. Green said, the state of Alabama and our wonderful city of Birmingham, we are looking for awesome teachers. So we hope that many of you who are here will come to the Division of Education and we will welcome you with open arms. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you, Dr. Scher. Now that we've talked to you about your advisors and keeping on track, it's important to know about campus safety as well as the importance of grades. And Mrs. Veronica Salary will give you safety tips relative to campus safety.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
Can you make me host really quick? Because I love everything that Ms. Scher just said, or is it Dr. Scher?
Yes, Dr. Scher.
My apologies. Dr. Scher. Okay, she earned it, so say it. All right. Tell me let me know if I can be the host for a second.
Yes, you may.
Okay. I forgot how to work this thing.
You should be now.
Am I? Okay. I can't find the controls for it. Okay, here we go. Oh. I think what Dr. Scher said was so important, I needed to stop and underscore it. It is so important to know these dates. I'm going to put these dates in the chat, as well as Yoruba's going to post them to all of the campus, the class boards. So the late registration was August 10th, but we extended it so that everyone could get into class. Senior exit examinations, we have those often throughout the semester. We're going to have honors week that's Monday through Friday, September 14th through the 18th. We have convocation, it'll be virtual on Wednesday, September the 16th. Homecoming week, still October 4th to 10th. And we're looking at what types of things we're going to be able to do. We're going to start pre-registering for the spring semester at the end of this month. And the reason you want to pre-register for for next semester at the end of this month is to know what you're planning for next semester. You might want to take a special class. You want to make sure that you're following your degree plan. You don't want to get lost in the sauce. So pre-registering, make sure that you're able to stay on track and graduate in 4 years. The FAFSA will open on October the 1st. You can wait to the last minute and do your FAFSA, or you can do it early and get it out the way. LaShonda Alexander wants you to do it early and get out the way. I want you to do it early and get out the way. Your family wants you to do it early and get it out the way. And they need to help you with that. Our midterm evaluation week is September 28th through October the 1st. The midterm grades will be due on October 6th. So to put your minds at ease, if you're one of the 101 people on this call today, and you've been coming to these Zoom sessions, we are going to grade you on 3 sets of 5 things. There are 5 people you need to meet, 5 things you need to do, and 5 things you need to know to pass this class with an A. And trust me, those 5 things be things that you're all able to do. So just know, if you're attending this, you're well on your way to already getting an A in this class. But midterms, you got to start looking at, how am I going to get prepared for midterms? It's at the end of this month, but it'll go just like that. And then, so the last day to drop a course, that's what she was telling us about. The last day to drop a course is Friday, October the 30th. LaShonda Alexander, will you take yourself off mute and tell them, why is this important? Why is this day one of the most important days to know, just like Dr. Shera say? So LaShonda Alexander, will you tell them why this date is so important?
The last day to drop a course is very important, because if you are failing a course, we do not want you to sit in class and fail that course. If you fail a course, that means your GPA will drop, which means if your GPA drops below a 2.0, you will end up on. So the last day to drop that class is, what is it, Friday, October 30th?
30. Let's just call it Halloween.
So please drop that class. If you're failing that class, please drop that class before October 30th.
Okay.
If you have not been to that class, please drop that class.
How do I drop it?
To drop your course, please visit your academic advisor, who would be myself, Mr. Lamar, Ms. Dorian Richardson, or Kathy Fleming.
Okay.
Any of us to drop that course.
Where are you guys at?
We're located in the Northern Student Union building on the 2nd floor.
Whose picture's on the front of that building, so I'll know which building it is?
Martin Luther King is on the front of the building. Our side door, not the front door for the old cafeteria, but the side door. We're on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
A lot of you have already received emails and phone calls from us to visit us or email us back. A lot of you haven't done it, but we are here for you. So please come and visit us, call us or something. Let us know that you're here.
And here's a hint, freshmen, on the 5 things you need to do, the five things you need to learn or know, and the 5 people you need to meet. Your advisor is number 1 on the 5 people that you need to meet. So there's 408 freshmen on this campus. So they should get a call, an email. No, not just an email. They either need to meet you or talk to you on the phone before the semester is out. That's part of your A for this class. One of your 5 people you need to meet just spoke. So there it is. What is the other reason? Let's see, Miss Alexander, I'll keep with you, and then I will get back to the education presentation, because this was on point. Last day to withdraw from the college. Why is that significant? And like Dr. Shera kept saying, we don't want to see anybody to withdraw from the college, but what are, let me get a student to answer this. Brooke, take yourself off mute, Brooke Jones. Why might a student find themselves in a situation of needing to withdraw from college? Brooke, you here? Okay, so LaShonda, go ahead and tell them, why is that day important? Last day was, oh, wait. Last thing, and then 2 things. Talk to them about last day to withdraw from college, and then also talk to them about the consequence of dropping classes on your financial aid.
So the last day to withdraw from college. If you have a family emergency and you need to go home and you can't complete your classes, we need you to withdraw from college so you won't fail those classes. Those classes will still end up on your transcript as you did if you did not withdraw from college, which means you have already paid for those classes and you will have to pay for those classes again. So if you do not withdraw from college, you will receive an F in those classes, an FA in those classes, which is still an F, which will support your GPA, which will or may result in you losing your financial aid. If you lose your financial aid, you will have to appeal for your financial aid, which means if they don't give it back, you're gonna have to pay for 2 classes out of pocket of your own money before they will even consider giving you financial aid, whether it's here at Miles College or another school. So if you decide that you do not want to continue your education, please withdraw from school.
Got it. And she mentioned if you have to go home right now during COVID, if you have to go home, we'll let you still take your classes online. I mean, there's people that are home right now. Before you withdraw, go see your advisor. See if we can help out with things. See if there are options that your faculty members, your advisors, or me as a provost can provide to you. But if you find that that's where you are, sometimes people can get sick, all those kind of things. Don't miss that deadline. We don't want you to have a semester that you got to pay for now, but then also you've got these grades that that really puts a person in the hole. It's not going to happen to any freshmen that are on this call, because we're going to pray for that, and we're going to bind that language, Lord, and we will pray hedge of protection over everybody that's on this call. But if something happens and you know you need to withdraw, you need to, or anything, or drop a course, get to your advisors as soon as you start thinking about it. Not when it's late in the game, but when you're starting to think about it, let them be your partners in figuring out what to do next. You guys, thank you for letting me do that. And now, Yoruba, I'm going to give it back to you so you can put their screen back up.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. AG. Mrs. Salary, now that we've begun with the advisors and keep it on track with the calendar, is going to talk about campus safety and the importance of maintaining good grades. So Mrs. Salary, back to you now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Richardson. I'm sure you agree with me by now that the tassel is worth the hassle, and it is a hassle, but it's a necessary hassle. Now, I am a mother, I'm a grandmother. I have sent 7 children to college. I need you to listen to what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about campus safety. Now, we do not want to send you home in a body bag. We didn't bring any body bags. We want you to be safe. I know health is on everybody's mind right now. Wearing a mask, being socially distanced, washing your hands. Health is on everybody's mind right now. And so is safety. Your mother does not want you to come home sick. All of the education in the world will not do you any good if you're dead. Now, I want you to listen to me. As I stated, I have sent 7 children to college, and I have tried to share these same things with them that I'm sharing with you this morning. Always be aware of your surroundings. The college has taken every precaution to make sure that you have a clean, safe, and healthy environment. The college is your world for the next 4 years. So you've got to go by the rules. You've got to be safe, and you've got to make sure that you follow the rules that the campus has set forth for you. Be aware of your surroundings and the people around you. Stay out of crowds. Stay out of crowds. Your mother has already told you, if you see a crowd, go the other way. Familiarize yourself with our campus. There are certain blue lights that you see on campus. These are help lights. If you find yourself in a compromising situation, ask for help. Keep your cell phone charged. A dead cell phone will not allow you to ask for help, and keep it on you. Avoid being alone in isolated areas. I was on campus the other day and I saw a yellow ribbon around Williams Hall. I said to one of the officers, I said, "What's going on at Williams Hall?" They said to me that they had to get students from being in there. That building is not for your use. Protect your privacy. Don't put your picture, your name, or your contact in any place where other people can easily access it. Do not use ATMs after dark or in isolated places. Miles College cares about you. We want your safety. We want your good health. We want you to live to graduate in 4 years. Yes, it may be a hassle to be responsible to someone else. Don't carry a lot of cash or valuables around on you. And for God's sake, don't accept drinks from other people. They can easily be drugged. Your mother loves you. Miles College loves you. Dr. A.G. loves you. Dr. Knight loves you. Your teachers love you. But you have to love yourself. Please, play it safe. We don't want to have to call your mom to tell her something that she does not want to hear. Please play it safe. Back to you, Dr. Richardson.
All
I
right.
need to talk about
Great.
grades.
Yes.
I need to talk about grades.
Correct.
All right. Good grades are important to you. That's a part of the hassle that we talked about. The tassel is worth the hassle because they open doors for you. They open doors to graduate school. They open doors to future employment. Let me tell you a true story. I have never interviewed for a job in my life. When I was a senior on Miles College campus, a person from Birmingham Public Schools came to hire a person. Miss Hopkins, who was the registrar at that time, allowed that person to go through the transcripts. I was number 3 in my class. I got hired as a student at Miles College. Good grades are important. They open doors to internships. Internships will take you to where you want to go. Try to maintain at least a 3.0. You know, when there are a lot of jobs out there now, so they may take less, but they start with a 3.0. It's a lot easier to start off with a good GPA than to try to dig yourself out of a hole. Focus on learning. Attend your classes every day. If you can't attend a class, I tell my students, if you got to go to the doctor, if you got to go to court, go at a time when it's not class time. Study hard, complete assignments, and for God's sake, don't give up. Maintain a positive attitude. Nobody's here to hurt you. We all want to help you. So ask for help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Salary, for informing the students on how to stay safe and maintain their grades. However, young people, we are in a different environment altogether as we began this academic year. A different environment because before COVID-19 and the pandemic, we were able to come to class every day. If you had a Monday and Wednesday class, you were there face-to-face. Tuesday and Thursday, you were there face-to-face. But things are different now. Different to the extent we're using either online all the way, hybrid classes, or virtual classes. So in line with that, the platforms that your instructors are using are Blackboard Ultra. Some are using Zoom. But in reference to that, there are some things that I need to make sure you are aware of as a student. Number one, your attendance is counted in reference to you logging in. So if your instructor tells you with your Monday and Wednesday class that you're going to be logging in on Mondays and Wednesdays, you need to make sure that you log in. However, there are some protocols that I need you to keep in mind in case you know that the instructor, you don't know if they're going to call on you or not. So number one thing, you should be presentable at all times. And by that, I mean, if it's class time, you should be ready to turn on your computer or your phone for class time. If your instructor, because I ask my students to turn their cameras on, there's no way that I can interact with them and ask them questions if I can't see them. So it's very important for you not to show up in class with a bonnet on, or to show up in class with do-rags, or to show into class not being prepared, because you are being graded
Dr.
by
Richard,
your instructors. Yes, Dr. AG.
can I say something real quick right in through here?
Yes.
Yoruba, put me on spotlight real quick. Let me tell y'all something. And we don't have the participation that we had last week, so we got to make sure we send out messages to my facilitator. We are going to get it together so you can send them out and get the students on here. Bonnets, okay? Listen, I got a natural hairstyle, but if I showed you pictures, I had everything from twists to sew-ins, everything. And I know how important it is to protect your hair until you ready to debut your crown. Sis, right? But the minute we touch open air, that's the debut. Let it go. That's the debut, right? That your room, and from your room to the restroom down the hall and back to your room, those are the only places your bonnet should see when you are not laying in your bed. I don't want to walk up to anybody and say, take your bonnet off on campus, but I'm gonna have to. We shouldn't have bonnets on in financial aid. We shouldn't have bonnets on in the CAF. Leave some mystery for these guys. Don't let them know how we get our crown together. That ain't their business. Please. I'm gonna start carrying around little cards with me that just reminds us about our crown, right? Heck, y'all know when the news could be on campus, right? I saw a girl with a bonnet on the other day, and I couldn't wait to see her hair because I knew it was about to be fire, and it was. Please share that beauty with us, but not the bonnet, Okay, and the house shoes. I know there's some Uggs that look like house shoes that are really shoes, but if they don't have a rubber bottom, if you can't wear them in the rain, don't wear them outside. And we love you, and you're beautiful, and we get it. My sons would live in slides if I didn't tell them to cover up their toes with some shoes or whatever. But right now, right, cover your crown when you need to cover your crown. But once you hit that open air or anywhere on campus, your bonnets need to stay in your room. All right, thank you. Sorry about that.
All right, no, thank you, Dr. AG. So in line with that, the major point I want you to take from this is, no, we're not in class every day. But once you log into Blackboard Ultra or Zoom, you need to know that that is your class and you need to be prepared and you need to be dressed appropriately. Now, in line with that, we've gone through advising, we've gone through you being safe. We want you to make the most of your Miles College experience. And Mrs. Salary is going to cover that. Mrs. Salary? Mrs. Salary? Okay, she must be muted. Mrs. Salary on building relationships, hello? Okay, all right, let's go on to the next slide. Okay, yes, building relationships, Mrs. Salary, making the most of your Miles College experience. Are you here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can, thank you.
Making the most of your Miles College experience. You know, like I said, I'm a Milean. Some of the friends I made at Miles College, we're still friends. We still help each other out and we still call on each other. You have to make the most of your Miles College experience. You have surrounded yourself with people who are like you and people who are different from you. No, you won't be friends with everybody you meet on college campus, but you all have one thing in common. Nobody made you come here. You chose to be here. So since we're here, we're going to make it comfortable for everybody. Demonstrate open-mindedness and respect for other people. People who are like you, who are not like you. Please, let's show some respect. Living with a roommate can be challenges. Now, you didn't grow up with that person. You probably don't like the same food. You probably don't have the same values, but You have to show consideration. Your roommate has rights. Your roommate has property, and don't you touch it. I have heard so many sob stories. Students come into my office. My roommate bothered my blank, 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 and my roommate this and my roommate that. Show some consideration. Your roommate has rights. Your roommate has property in that room that you are not to touch. And your roommate has some independence. She may not want the lights out at the same time that you want them out. So appreciate the difference. She may not want to go to church with you. She may not want to share your political beliefs or eat the same thing or share the same music or dress the same way. But you've got to appreciate the differences in other people. Everybody is not alike. That's what makes the world go round. You know, in my social studies class, instead of using a melting pot, I always say it's like a salad. Everything is in the salad and we like everything, but it doesn't go together sometimes. It may not be a melting pot. So you just may have to have a salad. So if you have different music, if you want to dress differently, then you respect that in other people. Develop relationships with your instructor. You may need a letter of recommendation. When I got ready to go to graduate school, I was able to get letters of recommendation from Miles College professors. You need to get to know them outside of class. Become involved in campus life. There are a lot of clubs and groups and other activities around campus. Try to be involved in them. Join an interest group. Learn outside of class. There are some things that you can talk about outside of class that will indeed add to your growth and development. Develop peer relationships. Work on a group project together. And I know that some people are shy. Overcome your shyness. This is a time for you to grow up and grow into the person that you will become. If shyness interferes with your daily ability to make connections with your instructors or your classmate, then go to the counseling center. They can help you over there. Make sure you attend college-sponsored events. I didn't say all the parties. I said college-sponsored events. The college sponsors events that will help you to develop interesting relationships and become involved in your campus life. Make the most of your college experience. It's a great time in your life. It's a great time in your life. I have one daughter who I sent off to college. She never came back home. So make the most of your college experience. Like I said, I've sent 7 children to college. Thank you, Dr. Reese.
Thank you, Mrs. Salary. Now, young people, we've got you through your academics. We've gotten you up to the point of, we know you communicate through emails, and it's important though for you to realize that those emails can be tracked, that you have perhaps potential employers who will read those. It's very important for you to keep in mind what you post, as well as information that you put out on the internet, what you have, pictures that you have out. So Dr. Harold is going to share the importance of communication with you. Dr. Harold.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Richardson, and welcome to Miles College freshman students. As you can see, all of us are very, very passionate about your success, and the hassle is indeed worth the tassel. Now, one of those ways that the hassle can be eased is through communication. And if you look at the slide here, you can see that your college email is one of the most important ways that you can help yourself communicate with those who need to have a dialogue with you. So checking your email multiple times a day can help you establish a kind of rhythm as to how other people communicate with you, and it can help you schedule the times that you can communicate in return. Try to check your email at least about 3 times a day. I know that seems to be a part of the hassle, but it's well worth it. I think Dr. Knight mentioned it in one of the presentations that she made, and that we know that you have multiple Gmail. Some of you are with other carriers, but your my internet connection is unstable, but your connection to the college is extremely important because you get announcements from the college and you get announcements from your professor. And if there is some reason for the professor to talk with you about your performance in the class, then that communication is often done through the college email. So make sure that you're checking multiple times a day. Check in the morning after you've relaxed from your night's rest and you're ready to begin your day. Maybe you've had something to eat to stave off your hunger throughout your classes. Check again during the day after about 2 hours of being in class or studying, and look to see if anyone has tried to reach out to you. And then close out your day after everything is said and done with, at least after you've relaxed, about 30 minutes or more before it's time for you to end the whole day with your studying again, because there may be something in that the next morning that you have to attend to. So here at Miles, we send out emails quite often and throughout the day and the evening. So make sure that you're checking throughout the day to make sure that there is no one reaching out to you that you'll need to respond to. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Richardson.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Harrell. And we're coming to the close. We're going to ask some questions right at the end, but I just want to share with you as far as our student handbook is concerned, things that are not appropriate to wear. And basically in line with that, we also had dressing for success. But Dr. A.G., we'd like to come later and do that. We're just going to close with this slide just for our young people to know what is acceptable and what is not. For ladies, no see-through clothing, exposed undergarments, tight clothing, revealing neckline, midriff, or thighs, and even with your jewelry. And we know that we are virtual, but there are times that we're having to come on campus. For both genders, the second bullet, wrinkled clothing. I talked about you need to be prepared when you come on for Blackboard Ultra or you come on for Zoom to look like you're in class. Also, exposed tattoos or body piercings, none of those things are appropriate. I talked about the bonnet, and Dr. A.G. did also. Also, the do-rag. You know, if you have the do-rag on, guys, when, you know, you're about to get on Blackboard Ultra or you're about to get on Zoom, it needs to come off. Also to the right, gentlemen, revealing shirts, too tight clothing. And from the college code of conduct, it talks about no sagging pants. And I know that, you know, that's the style. People want to have their pants sagging, but it is in our code that the pants are to be pulled up and you are to wear a belt. So I'm just reiterating what is in the code of conduct, meaning when you're in your classes face to face or you're walking around the campus where someone is going to see you, the college code says that your pants should not be sagging and you should have on a belt. Thank you.
And the tassel is worth the hassle.
Yes, it is. All right, I have a few questions and we're going to give out gift cards and we'll be looking in the chat for the first responses. The first question is, what is the date for the last day to drop a class? Put it in the chat room. Okay, thank you. We're going to look at, all right, great. You have October 30th. Okay, we're going to look at the first three on that one. The second question, how many freshmen are there enrolled on campus? How many freshmen? Okay, we'll look at the first three on that, 408.
This is
The
good.
third question, yes. Advisors are important for your college success, true or false? Advisors are important for your college success. Okay, great.
Damn, I can't even get that one out.
And the last one, orientation is not important. True or false? Okay, thank you. Thank you all for allowing us to participate this morning. And Dr. AG, we would like to come back later to
Yes.
show them how to transition from being a student to a professional as to how they dress. Because indeed, it may be a hassle, but as Mrs. Salary said, the tassel at the end is worth everything you go through. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. I thought that was excellent. I really think that you guys nailed it with getting some of the things that we need to know about decorum that hasn't been mentioned yet in any of our speeches. So you guys really, really nailed it. I'm going to take just a little bit of an issue on what not to wear. I think midriff, I think we do allow some shirts that show some midriff meat, but not all up here, not a crop top, not, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I meant, not all up to the bust line.
Right, right. And so we'll talk about that.
Yes, okay.
And so let's get into that. Maybe we could do something for a little fashion show or something. The students show us, they could have some students put on what to wear, and we could put the screens on them for their what to wear. But people are saying it's very informative, and it is very informative. It's necessary for us to know, because I tell you what, we had a student that got a great job in DC, and they talked about what he was wearing. And it was the opposite, right? He wasn't dressed down. He wasn't in grubby clothes or nothing, but he was Sunday best sharp every day. But it was a place where they were wearing khaki pants and you know, and little button downs or whatever, or graphic tees. So, you know, you got to know your environment. So if you're able to adjust to what Miles College is asking you for, then when you get to another job and they ask you to dress up or dress down, it ain't nothing for you. It's just a uniform. So you can get your money. So don't overthink it. Just think, hey, this is how it goes. And there's times to wear all of that stuff, right?
Yes.
In social environments, when you're doing your photo shoots and being cute and all that kind of stuff. But for campus and for class, you want to stand out for your academics and your leadership, and not for what you wear being distracting in class. So thanks so much. Dr. Green, do you want to close us out? Say anything? Any students have any questions for our speakers that we had today, or any facilitators have anything to say to wrap us up for today?
Dr. AG, I'd just like to say one thing. We do have a presentation on dressing for success that we have done before for the freshmen, where we did have them to come appropriately dressed and those who were not appropriately dressed. So at some point, and then the transition from being a student to a professional. So at some point, we'd like to do that for you.
Great. We'll bring you back to do that. And then we'll get some of the upperclassmen to play along with the what not to wear. Okay.
Great.
Thank you guys so much. Please, if your friends weren't on this call, let them know. We're dropping off in numbers of students that are on this call. And so there should be way more of students that are on this call, and we want them to get their A right along with you. So we'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. We're always Tuesday. We're always 11. We're always on this Zoom, and it's always 205-929-1000. So we will see you guys all next Tuesday. Happy, whatever. I was gonna say it's a 3-day.
Dr. Green, did Dr. Green want to say anything?
Yeah.
Dr. Green?
Go ahead, Dr. Green.
No, I didn't want to say a thing, but happy birthday, Dr. AG.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then I just got flowers. These just came in from the president, and so thank you. And then there's food and a cake in my office, so thanks everybody.
Is everybody invited?
Yes, please come over now, all of y'all, especially the freshmen. Everybody want a piece of cake?
I just want cake.
Okay, come on, get some.
I just want cake.
Okay. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you, guys.
I like flowers.
Thank you, Mario. What'd you say? I know I like the flowers too.
I like flowers.
Thank you. So since we're still on the call and the students didn't leave yet, can one of the students take themselves off mute and say one thing that you learned today that you didn't know? And you can take the PowerPoint off, Yoruba. So any students that are still on call, what's one thing you learned today that you didn't know? Or one thing that you'll take away?
When you could drop your classes.
Or when you can drop your class, that was essential. Tina Keys, it's her birthday too. Everybody saying happy birthday to Tina Keys.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Tina.
Happy birthday. I had
Yeah.
a question.
Okay, go ahead, question. Go ahead.
Basically, I looked on Blackboard and I seen that we had an assignment, the scheduling thing. How do we turn that in?
That assignment you made, Yoruba?
It is, it would be something that's uploaded, but if not, send me an email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat box, and also my telephone number, just give me a call.
But we do, how do we do it on paper or we do it through Microsoft Word?
If you have Microsoft Word, you would do it that way, but if you don't, you can do it on paper and bring it to Ramsey Hall.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions or what, it's something that y'all took away from today while we're still on? Okay, I'm trying to find Tania on this screen. Is she still here? Tania Keys. Tania, is there a picture of you on the screen? Oh, there you go. All right. Happy birthday, Tania. It's a good birthday. Okay, see you guys next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Great job.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
job.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Mariko, Anthony, Janaya, Fernandra,
Everybody.
Megan, Denise, Tayira, Miss Dr. Hayes, Miss Gums, Jordan, G, Denise, Carlicia, Ryan. Thank you, Dr. Hayes.